Okay, what's up? I've got sweet baby Felicity here because she is at a stage where she only wants to do like contact naps where like we're holding her, which is fine because I'm kind of soaking up all the when she's this little and she wants us to be holding her all the time and cuddling. So that's where we're at today. So, what's up? I've tried to start this video about 4 times. Dang it. And I'm now seeing that door's open and that's going to drive me nuts. But at this point, I'm not getting up to close it. All right. So today, I can't believe it's already time for another current favorites and fails. This is for the month of May because it's already June. Oh my gosh. If you're watching this, that means that yesterday was Miss Genevieve's birthday. She turned 4. Anyway, that's just insane. So we have quite a mix, some makeup, some beauty, some body care, a book to talk about, a coffee mug, you know the drill. It's just a weird mix of things as usual. So let's dive in. So I'm trying to decide where to start. I have quite a few fails this time around. I've got 3 fails we'll get to. Actually 4 if you count the book I'm going to talk about. But anyway, let's start with what's on my lips. This was a random purchase I made on ColourPop's website because I was buying their, I knew I'd forget what it's called, like Set in Stone palette, the 2 that they came out with that I really, really like, by the way. But when I was buying it, I saw this lip gloss pop up on the site and it was their So Glassy gloss and I picked out the shade No Joke. It is such a pretty, like kind of metallic color or finish, I should say, and I'm not usually into that, but there's something about it. It really does look like glassy and shiny. It's comfy, like there's nothing weird about it. I don't think there was like a super noticeable, let me see if I can get my arm out here. No noticeable smell, but it's just so beautiful. There's something about this gloss. It kind of reminds me finish-wise of the Fenty Gloss Bombs, the original formula that I like so much. This reminds me a lot of the shade Fussy. I might have to test those side by side. So anyway, super inexpensive, but a really high quality gloss with a really pretty kind of unique finish. So I wanted to mention it because I've really been enjoying it a lot. So this next favorite is from e.l.f. It's their Ultimate Blending Brush. This was kind of a rediscovered favorite because I've had this for a while and I'm assuming they still sell it. I'm pretty sure I just linked it because I mentioned this in another video. This is amazing for your cream and liquid bronzer. Oh my gosh, like it is the perfect shape. It's the right like softness. So you can blend it in like that. You can stipple it on. I used it today and I used it with this bronzer. This is not necessarily a favorite yet, but I am enjoying it. It's the Milk Bionic bronzer. I'm just still testing it out so I didn't feel like confident enough to mention it here. But I am wearing it today and this blends like a dream, first of all, and this blends it like a dream. So this with any cream and liquid bronzer is amazing. I had mentioned it in a past video with the Say Sun Melt Cream Bronzer that you guys know I love. It's just so good. So it's under 10 bucks. It's so soft and high quality. It feels just like high-end, more like $20, $30 brushes that have a similar shape. It feels the same. You could also use this for like foundation. So wanted to mention it because it's so freaking good and I have not given it much love because I kind of rediscovered it recently. Really regretting not grabbing something to wipe this off on. I have her socks that won't stay on. Maybe I'll just use that. Okay, another favorite. This is another one that I feel like I use all of the time off camera and it's been a very long time since I've mentioned it. So I wanted to mention it here because this is a continual thing that I'm using a lot. This is the J.Cat Luxe Pro Powder. It's their Pearl Luminizer. It's a loose, which I know sounds intimidating for a highlighter, but it's a loose highlight. But y'all, I'm telling you, first of all, it's super inexpensive, under 10 bucks, and you'll never run out of it, ever, ever, ever. I don't even have to pour it in the cap, honestly, because enough gets like on the sifter, but it is the most natural looking highlight. It's foolproof, you guys. There is no learning curve. Like it just, I know that looks kind of, no, I still think that looks pretty. That's what I'm wearing today. And there is something about the pearlescence to this that always looks perfect. It always looks perfect. I don't know if it's the mix of the finish with the actual like texture of this product because it is so finely milled. I don't have another loose powder. This is loose highlighter powder. I think this is the only one I have and it is just so good. It is so good, you guys. So if you have not tried this or you haven't even heard me talk about this, just trust me, buy it, thank me later. And like I said, it won't even break the bank. So, and you will literally have it forever. That's something that I would never, ever, ever declutter. Ever. And now I have it all over my leggings. You want to talk about a fail? This ColourPop Pretty Fresh. This was another thing I bought when I placed that ColourPop order. It's their Pretty Fresh powder. I love the packaging. I'm going to be honest, that's why I bought it. I thought it was so cute. I love this peach. It comes with a cute little puff. It's just mediocre. It's just mediocre. I don't feel like it soaked up some oil. It set my face, but it didn't offer coverage, which really this is not. It's a pressed face powder. It's not necessarily like a powder foundation. So it's not really meant to have coverage. But even like I wanted to be able to set my under eyes with it. It was very, very powdery for that. In fact, it was powdery really anywhere. So I think that was it. It was too powdery of a powder. And you know what I mean? Like there are some powders that set your face, but they're not super powdery, like the Kosas Cloud Set. This one is just a little more on the powdery, like shows every bit of peach fuzz you might have on your face kind of powder. So I would skip it if I were you. I was not a fan. Keep in mind though, my skin is normal to dry. I don't have super oily skin. Maybe if you do, you can sound off below. Do you like that powder? Does it work well for you or not? Maybe it's a dud across the board. All right, so continuing on, this I almost didn't mention because it's still pretty new to me, you guys, but I have used it pretty much every single day that I'm like, I have to mention it. I just have to mention it. It's the NARS Summer Unrated Palette. I need to look it up. I don't know if this is limited edition or not, so let us find out. We got an update. So Genevieve just started the next level of preschool, like I think it's technically pre-K, and they're sending pictures, and so I'm just looking at them real fast. We just got some. She's playing with her best friend. Oh my gosh, I love that. Makes me so happy. She was so excited to go to school today, which is a very big change from where we started in January when she first started. Anyway, Sephora says it's limited edition, so then maybe it's good that I'm mentioning it now because let me double check on the NARS site. Can we like petition to NARS? Like, please stop making all of your really good palettes limited edition. Can you just make one and leave it? Leave it alone. Yep, NARS' site says limited edition. NARS, if you're watching, please stop doing this to us. I don't even try to fall in love with your products because they're all limited edition, and given what I do, anyway, I know I'm being dramatic about something kind of inconsequential, but still. This is gorgeous, you guys. First of all, the packaging is really pretty. This palette is the first one from NARS in years that I've been like, oh my gosh. And I'd mentioned in a previous video, and I want to give her another shout out because I love her channel. Lauren May Beauty was the one I heard talking about this, and I was like, I think NARS sent that to me in PR. So I dug it out and was like, they sure did. And I would have bought it nonetheless based on how Lauren was describing it because she was loving it too. So it's got shimmers and mattes, and it just has such a good range if you're near my skin tone of like blending shades. To be honest, the only shade I'm wearing today is actually this one in the crease and on the lower lash line because I'm wearing the M Cosmetics Cosmic Pearl Dewy Eyeshadow in the shade Wish. I finally got some other shades of it. They actually sent them to me after I bought this one, Fell in Love, and I was literally going to buy more. They were sitting in my cart and they DM'd me, which was awesome. This shade right here is the best one that I've tried. Wish. It's so beautiful. Anyway, that's what's all over my lid. So that's the shimmer, just because these are like unbelievable. I'll link them. I think these were a favorite last month, so I'm not going to go into them anymore. But I love these. All of the shimmers are so beautiful. There's so many one shadow looks within here, especially with the shimmers. Like those are all the kinds of shades I love. But the mattes blend beautifully. I love it. It's a gorgeous palette and I love the formula. So if you were thinking about it, it's super expensive, but if you were thinking about it, I would get it soon because now that we know it actually is limited edition, get it before it's no longer able to be gotten. What are you guys up to today? Tonight, I'm gonna actually, is it 2? I need to put a crock pot meal in the, dang it. Why didn't my phone alert me? I said alert me. Anyway, I need to put a meal in the crock pot, but we're basically just hanging out. It's such a beautiful day here, so I think we're just gonna hang out in the backyard. Little Miss Gigi has been loving her. We have like this cheap, like $5 sprinkler we got a year ago, and she has been so loving it. And so we'll probably turn that on again today and let her play in it. But tomorrow is her actual birthday, so we're gonna go out and kind of celebrate a little bit with just her and her grandparents. So that will be very fun. Anyway, next favorite is the Patrick Star One Size Turn Up the Base Concealer. This was another one that took me a while to come around to loving, and now I've used it like exclusively for weeks. I don't know why it took me a while. I think I was using too much, but beyond that, I don't know. I love it now. It stays so well. It is so beautiful on the under eye. I feel like every concealer is going to sink into your fine lines if you have them, but this one does it less, and I feel like when I set it with any of my favorite under eye setting powders, it looks beautiful set. Like it's just a really, really all-around good concealer. It does remind me of the Shiseido one that I love that's like my holy grail. It really reminds me of that, and that's why I keep reaching for it. I'm really enjoying it, and if you are curious, I wear the shade Fair 3, and it's a very good shade match for me. I thought it wasn't, and the more I've used it, I'm like, no, that's like perfect. All right, another fail is, And this was a recent purchase, the Beekman 1802 Milk Primer. This is an SPF 35 sunscreen primer. First of all, you have to shake it really, really well. So there's that. No big deal. It's just so white, and I feel like the white cast goes away. Like that's not really, but I don't love it underneath makeup, and it's supposed to be a sunscreen primer that you can wear underneath makeup. And I feel like I don't like the way my skin looks with this on it underneath makeup. So there it is. It is lightweight, so I like that. It reminds me texture-wise of the Biore Watery Essence. That's a really good, I'll link it. You can get it on Amazon for sure. Not expensive, but it is an amazing SPF primer that is very similar, where it's really lightweight, and that one works really well under makeup. This one, like I said, I don't know. I just don't love it. It's kind of I don't think it's horrendous, and I feel like I'll still try to use it because it was not cheap, and it's still new to me, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna still try to use it up this summer, but I'm just kind of like, it's not a favorite. I would not repurchase. These poor leggings didn't stand a chance. They now have SPF on them, coffee on them from earlier, Spit Up, sunscreen, and what else did I get on them? Something else. All right, so a skincare fave. This is the, oh my gosh, Tatcha Violet Sea Radiance Mask. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've been getting a bath once or twice a week whenever I can sneak it in, and this has been my favorite part of the bath. I put this on, you leave it on for 15 minutes. It is this, first of all, I just like the color. Not that it matters, but it is beautiful. So I used it last night. I'm trying to like get into words why I love this. So last night was one of the nights I used it. When I woke up this morning, my skin looked so clear. Like the redness wasn't as red. I felt like everything looked a little tighter. It just looked healthier. It just looked healthier. And so then I felt like my makeup went on really nicely on top, and it's pretty rare for me to mention a mask. If you have been following me a while, I don't mention skincare masks a lot because a lot of them I just don't feel like do much. And so I'm like, and I'm really beyond sheet masks. Like I did that for a while. There are a few I've liked over the years, but I don't feel that strongly about them, so I don't really buy them. This is amazing. It is so expensive, as are Tatcha products, but this is one of those self-care things that I'm like, this actually I feel like is doing something, and it is so wonderful. It is so wonderful. So I love it. It comes with a little gold spatula you can use to get it out. I will say I kind of miss Tatcha. Maybe they still do it for some of their products, but they used to have like a little thing on here that you could slide the spatula through so it all stays together. Because right now I just have the gold spatula just like floating around in the drawer with this, which I know it's a small thing, but I liked when I wonder why they stopped doing that. Anyway, so if you are looking for a mask that actually does something, I really, really recommend that one. I love it. But speaking of baths, this is one that is a kind of a miss just because I don't feel like it does anything. This is the Honest Me Moment Soaking Salts. It's a mineral-rich Dead Sea salt bath soak. It's unscented, which is great. So if you are someone that needs an unscented bath, which really we probably should all be using, unscented, oh my gosh. But regardless, I just didn't feel like this really did much for me. I really like the Knef, please tell me I said it right. No, Knife. I'll link it below. It's K-N-E-I-P-P. And you guys keep telling me how to say it, and all of you say it differently, so I'm like, well, then I still don't know. That's my favorite one, the Arnica one, and I didn't use it during pregnancy because I think I wasn't supposed to use Arnica. There was a reason, but now I've started using it again, and it's so much better than this. So I would just say I still think these were kind of pricey for what they were, and I just don't think it's worth it. They usually have it by all of the like maternity and pregnancy care like at Target. I didn't really feel like it was anything special, so I would not repurchase. I have a little bit left I'll use up, but okay, a hair favorite. And this is not really indicative of it. This is the Kerastase Versatile Beautifying Oil. So this I use after I have like sprayed a detangler in my hair and brushed out detangles. I will put 2 pumps of this all throughout my hair from like the ears down. I've gotten so many questions from you guys asking like, why does your hair look so shiny? Especially when I've like actually done my hair. This is just like air dried and my natural craziness, you know? But I've gotten a lot of questions from you guys like, your hair looks noticeably healthier. It's this. And look how much I've used up. And I use it every time after I shower. It's insane. It's so good. I got this small one to try it out. I would say get the small one, make sure you like it because it's still pricey. Just wow. The only reason I bought this was because, and oils are not usually something I get for my hair. Like lately, the past few years, I have not really been into oils. But when I did the Vogue Olivia Rodrigo, her routine, this is what she puts in her hair. She puts it in her hair dry though. It's amazing. Highly, highly recommend. It will make your hair look so healthy. Even if you're someone like I have thin hair that gets weighed down very easily. I get oily hair within a day. That does not cause any of that. That has all been my normal amount. That is just making my hair beautiful, and it doesn't weigh it down. It's super weightless. So I have some random favorites. Look how cute this mug is. I got it from Target. It's this Mama Bear mug. I love it. They have a Papa Bear one too. And I did see they have them online, but anytime I've used it like on an Instagram story or whatever, I get a lot of questions. So I figured I'd mention it here. I love it. It makes me smile every time I use it. I don't know what it is. It's so simple, but it's just cute. And so Father's Day is in like 2 seconds, you guys. If you want to get a cute little mug, a Papa Bear mug, like I said, it's on Target, it's under $10, and it is a really great mug. It's bigger. Like it's short, like it's a normal height, but it's bigger this way, you know what I mean, the diameter. So just so you know, I know we can all be very particular about our like coffee cup sizes, you know what I mean? So quick Amazon favorite, these little creaseless hair clips are so freaking cute. They came in a pack of 4. These are obviously just 2 of them. They're way more hefty and like heavy duty than I expected. They feel a lot better made than I would have guessed, just being a cheap thing on Amazon. But I love them. I love putting them in my hair to get ready. I keep one set here, one set at the workspace, and they're just so cute. So if you're looking for just something different to hold your hair back while you're getting ready, these are so pretty and they're so well made. So I wanted to mention that here too. She's been smiling a lot, Felicity has. And while she's dreaming or whatever it is that's going on while she's sleeping, she'll smile, and it's so freaking cute. This wallet I got at Target. They have it in other colors, and I'm gonna be honest, I bought this because I needed a smaller wallet, and I freaking love this wallet. So let me show you why, and then I want to talk about what I'm gonna talk about next. It just opens up. It's got 1, 2, 3 compartments. So you can, you know, I've got cash in the back, and then I've just got various cards in the front too. It doesn't bother me because I just have the most used ones in the front and then everything else in the middle. So I generally know where to look. It takes me 2 seconds to kind of flip and find what I'm looking for. I thought it might bother me that it's not like all separated, but it doesn't. Then it also has these, I didn't know this, these little middle compartments that you could put your Aldi quarter in or something small that you don't want to lose. Maybe you keep, like I used to keep stamps in my wallet. Yep, there's my Aldi quarter. So it's just kind of nice because they shut kind of tightly so the quarter doesn't fly out, but it's a nice additional little storage thing. So this little wallet has been such a hit for me. I love it. They sell it in more of a camel color, and I bought this color because I don't think I'm actually gonna buy it because I don't need it. But I bought this color because it was the one they had in store, and at that time I just fell in love with the style of the wallet, so I just bought it not knowing there were other shades. And now that I know there's other shades, I'm like, dang it. But it's awesome. Definitely check it out. It was very inexpensive. I want to say it was like $8 to $10. So love this freaking wallet. It has been perfect. So one of my misses, a book we actually listened to on tape while we were on our road trip. I guess it's not even technically a book. It's called an Audible original because it was written by James Patterson, who of course is a super famous author, intentionally for Audible. Like it was meant to be read out loud. And so John Lithgow and Jessica Chastain, is that who? No. Okay, Bryce Dallas Howard. I confuse her and Jessica Chastain all the time. Peter Gallagher. I'm now also seeing that there's a movie called The Guilty, not related, not the same story, that came out like last year. Anyway, I won't give anything away. It's basically a voice play. Tyler and I joked, we were like, it kind of feels like we're in the 40s and we're listening to like a radio show, which was cool. And it very much reads like a play, and it was enjoyable to listen to, but the story itself, especially as you get farther in, is kind of like, and so we both, I think, rated it 3 out of 5 stars on our like a Goodreads account. But it was still entertaining to listen to. Like, we could only listen to it, though, when Genevieve had her headphones on because there is some, like, language and stuff that we were like, eh. And they even give a warning at the beginning, like, yo, mature themes. Dum-dums, make sure your kids can't hear. Anyway, but it was really enjoyable to listen to. And if you're, like, in the car with mixed company and you can't all agree on something, it was enjoyable to listen to, but it wasn't, like, the greatest story of all time. But it's kind of a murder mystery type story, and it's literally about a play, which is kind of cool. So anyway, we enjoyed that side of it, but I wanted to mention it as that's what we've read, if you will, recently, and it was okay. So music-wise, I'm a big John Mayer. I'm a fan of his music, have been for a very long time. His newest album is called Sob Rock, and I'm not the biggest fan of the whole album. It's been a while since I've like one of his whole CDs, CDs, do they even call them that anymore? But it's been a while since an entire album of his has been like on repeat for me. But usually there are a few songs, but like Continuum, I loved that entire album. Heavier Things I loved. My favorite album of his is still Battle Studies. That's my favorite album. Anyway, Sob Rock, there are 2 songs on that I think are worth listening to. I think his ballads are the best, and so Shouldn't Matter, But It Does. Wow. I Guess I Just Feel Like. Wow. Both of those songs. The one I think, if I had a favorite though, is I Guess I Just Feel Like. Some of the lyrics right off the beginning. He said, I guess I just feel like nobody's honest, nobody's true, everyone's lying to make it on through. It's just a very appropriate song for the world we're living in right now, and while it's kind of a downer, it's weirdly comforting too. But it's just a good song. So I think that's everything. I really do. I was trying to think, I'm like, I feel like there's always a million things I could talk about, but I gotta cut it off somewhere, and I'm sure this video, yeah, it's like 30 minutes long. How do I do this every time? But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're still enjoying these videos. If you want to see some of my past favorites and fails, I will link my playlist down below, and I try not to repeat. So if you missed a month, you can watch it and know that I shouldn't be mentioning the same things, you know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you subscribe if this, ow. If you're new to my channel or you just haven't subscribed yet, it really helps me out, but it also helps you find my videos more easily. It will recommend my videos to you when they come out, which is always nice. If you like watching my videos, it's nice to see like, oh, she uploaded a new one. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.